and welcome to the lesson on main idea and supporting details within our Reading for Meaning fiction unit. We are covering PA Standard LF 1.3.1. So, take a look at this passage. While you are reading this, and while I read it, think about what is the main idea of this paragraph and what are the supporting details. Here we go. Any man-made objects that orbit around Earth and have no useful purpose are called orbital debris. This includes not working satellites, rocket bodies, debris created during spacecraft decaying and breakup, and mission-related debris. Mission-related debris consists of the items released during spacecraft operation, solid rocket fuel, and items dropped by people in space. About 23,000 objects over 4 inches in diameter have been recorded. Over 1/3 are in orbit now. They are tracked regularly by the U.S. Space Command. It is likely that there are more than 100,000 bits of debris between 0.4 and 4 inches in diameter. There are also tens of millions of particles smaller than that 0.4 inch. Most orbital debris is within 1,250 miles of Earth's surface. So going back up to the top and looking at our questions again, what is the main idea of this paragraph and what are the supporting details? This is what we will cover and figure out in this lesson. So first, main idea. Main idea is what the passage is mostly about. To find the main idea of a passage you just read, it's often helpful to finish the following sentence. After reading, I realized that. However you finish that sentence is most likely your main idea. If you're still struggling, though, it's often useful to first determine the author's purpose for writing. So figure out, is the author trying to entertain you, to persuade you, to inform you or explain something to you, or just simply to describe something to you? For example, if you are reading a passage that describes different tourist sites around Europe, the author's purpose is to describe a European trip. So after reading the passage, you might say, after reading, I realized that a trip to Europe is full of beautiful sights. Supporting details. So sometimes the author does not state the main idea directly. This makes it a little harder, so we use the supporting details to come to a conclusion about the main idea. What would the main idea be if these were the supporting details? Let's take a look here. We have, it only takes about 20 minutes. You only need a few ingredients, butter, marshmallows, and Rice Krispies. This is fun to do with kids. So what would our main idea be? Did you get that after reading this, I realized that making Rice Krispie treats is fun and easy? If you did, then you're definitely on the right track. Using those supporting details to figure out your main idea is kind of like using clues or putting puzzle pieces together to find the big picture. Now it's your turn. Think about the main idea here. Teenagers should be allowed to vote. What kind of details would you put below this as supporting details? Think about that. Try to put one inside there. Can you think of any reasons? Those are your supporting details. Great. Let's try a passage, another one. Pets are often an important part of people's lives. Different types of animals can be pets, ranging from reptiles to horses. One of the most common pets is a dog. Dogs serve a variety of purposes for mankind. One way dogs serve humans is they are just great just for companionship. Many an only child has bonded with his or her Fido, thus having a willing and loyal friend to play with on a daily basis. Additionally, dogs have served humans as work animals, corralling sheep, conquering rats, and guarding the homestead. Finally, dogs also assist people, for example, by leading the blind, alerting the deaf, and alerting epileptics of impending seizures. So, let's examine each sentence and see what's going on. Pets are often an important part of people's lives. Now ask yourself, is this what the whole paragraph is about? Is the writer telling me that pets are important? The answer is no, because pets is very, very general, very broad. So this is not going to be our main idea. Take a look at another sentence. Different types of animals can be pets, ranging from reptiles to horses. Is the whole paragraph trying to tell us about pets ranging from reptiles to horses? Think about that. Do we get information about reptiles? Do we get a lot of information about horses? The answer to this, again, is no. So this cannot be our main idea. Another sentence in there. One of the most common pets is a dog. Is the whole paragraph about how common dogs are? Well, we're getting to the right right idea here. We're coming closer and closer. Again, the answer to this is actually no. The paragraph isn't about how common dogs are, so this is not going to be our main idea, but we might be coming close to at least getting a topic in this one. Let's look at one more. Dogs serve a variety of purposes for mankind. Does the paragraph tell us about the different purposes dogs serve for mankind? If you go back and look at it, yes, this is actually the right answer because the whole paragraph is telling us about the variety of purposes dogs serve for humankind, and that's our main idea. Now take a minute to find the supporting details. So find all the sentences that support the main idea. In other words, what purposes do dogs serve? Over on the side, cross out the one that's not included here as a supporting detail. Remember, each passage you read, whether it's 5 sentences or 500 pages, has a main idea. When you are looking for the main idea, ask yourself, why did the author write this passage? Try to figure out their purpose. What is the point he or she is trying to make? What is the passage mostly about? After reading this passage, what did I realize? Once you have found the main idea, check it against the passage. The sentences in the passage should support, describe, or explain this idea. These sentences are supporting details. They are used to make the author's main idea stronger. If the sentences do not support the main idea, then you have the wrong main idea. Look over the sentences again and see what point or idea they are trying to explain. Let's go back to the original passage. Reread and answer again. What is the main idea of this paragraph? Take a moment to reread if you'd like, and then move forward. So, we have A, debris orbiting Earth is a hazard to NASA missions. B, the U.S. Space Command watches space debris. C, there is a lot of space debris currently orbiting Earth. Or D, the amount of debris orbiting Earth is decreasing. If you got C, there is a lot of space debris currently orbiting Earth, you got it right. You are absolutely right. It talks about the different kind of debris and also the different sizes and numbers of debris orbiting Earth. Did you get it? If your first impulse is to say no, think about what confuses you and write that down. Bring your queries back to class. That's it, and have a great day.